Hey, lot. Yeah, I mean the thing is, I've played Paladin for so much. I played Paladin a lot in vanilla WoW, and it's impossible for me. Gee, no, I can do the quest here. I was forgetting. It's impossible for me to not to play a vanilla server and not want to play a Paladin. I just can't. No matter how much I try to tell myself, oh, I've played Paladin, 10,000 times. I don't need to play Paladin again. I always hear the calling, the holy one, which is a strong calling indeed. You know. Oh, is that Yumi? Hey, what's up, Yumi? I didn't know that was you. Well, what's your paladin name in the game? There you go. Friend added. I see you're online, level 8. I am level 7. I'm going to level in the dwarf starting area here. Because why not? This is actually one of the faster ways to... I think it's one of the faster ways to level is, if you're a human, is to do human area to level 7 and then come with the dwarf area. And do dwarf area to like level 10 or so, or 10 or 11 even. And then go back to the human area and pick up the Eastvale logging camp quest at that point. And then we'll try to get ourselves to 14 where we can then hit Darkshore.
Hi. See you soon. What's on your mind? How are you?
It's pretty good. Let me hit the mailbox real quick. Knock the volume down a little bit. Just knock the sound down a little.
How are you?
Damn, that mail came through instantly. Huh. Nice. Got myself a couple of nice little upgrades. Oh, but I didn't send me with some freaking bags. Bags would have been nice. Only one bag short.
You got my attention. I've the finest wires in the land.
gonna try to resell some of this stuff. It actually might sell. It might sell. Oh, that's good. Oh.
Great to meet you. Off with you. You got my attention.
Hi, you're a tall one.
Yeah, I forgot. I'm a skinner. I'm a skinner! We picked up skinning. There's gonna be tons of stuff to skin around here. Right, what's up, Ryan? The call of the paladin was too much. I couldn't ignore it, man. So I think what I'm gonna do, hey Brian, I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna rotate. I'm gonna level the paladin today, and then tomorrow I'll level the priest. I'm just gonna like rotate back and forth, you know, like one day on the paladin, one day on the priest. That's actually a perfect analogy. That's actually, yeah, that's actually perfect. It's so true too. So true. But I've always felt that if your end goal was to have like 3 level 60s, you're best to create them all at once and rotate them. You're gonna get a lot of the leveling done on rest time. Well, that's the point. Like I've always talked about, like I said, I've said it many times. If you want to level 3 character, if you want to like really level 3 characters quickly, I mean, you want to rotate them on rest time. So level like, so basically you level character to like level 10, then you level another character to level 10, and then you level a third character to level 10, then you go back to character A or character 1, level them to like maybe 15, and go to character B, level them to 15, go to character C, level them to 15. If you just keep rotating, you're gonna get quite a bit of leveling done, or at least you're gonna get some pretty good benefit from rest time. Right now, the priest's got about 2 bars of rest time, I think. Once again, it's so funny. Like, as long as I've played this game, I always make the same mistakes. Like, if you're gonna level, like, well, not really. I mean, I leveled the hunter first because if you're gonna level a class first, I mean, I leveled the hunter first because I thought I was gonna play a hunter, but then I decided I wasn't gonna play the hunter, so I have no desire to really play a hunter on this server, at least not yet. And if I knew I was gonna level the paladin, you should level the paladin first because you can do some serious AoE farming in dead mines. Even at level 20, you can do it. At level 23, you can really do it. Especially if you get yourself a little decent gear. And you make quite a bit of money on a fresh server because of all the greens you're going to be able to sell. So, once again, I screwed up. That's alright. I don't care. It's all about just having fun anyway, so. Oh, I only play. There's only one spec that exists on the Paladin. There's only one spec, and it's called Protection, baby. I only play Protection Paladin. I think it's the most underappreciated spec in all of Vanilla WoW. Alright. Can I reach that for? I don't think so. It's not what I can reach. Oh, yeah, I can. Oh yeah, I'll be able to tank dead mines easy. Once we hit level 20, we'll have consecration at 20. Yeah, exactly. The problem is on a fresh server, you have to think about, how do you want to make money? Like, where's your money going to come from? And, obviously skinning is a good way to go, but a paladin is actually a great class on a fresh server to make money because you could farm all the mobs leading up into dead mines, like not the mobs, like not in the dead mines. Say what's up, self. Thank you for the comfy leveling wish. But you can kill all the mobs, all the little like just miners that are sitting inside dead mines before you actually zone into the instance, and they have a really good loot table. They drop heavy stone, coarse stone, rough stone. They drop tin ore, copper ore. They even drop iron ore very rarely, and they drop a lot of greens. And you can just basically sell all those greens on the auction house, and you can make quite a bit of money doing it for like a fresh character, on a fresh server. Those types of greens, those low level greens, like the ones I'm using right now, like like green level 7 shields, green level 7 maces, all these types of things, they sell pretty good. I mean, you can sell this stuff for like 10 silver a pop. So very easy way to make money on a fresh server. And of course, you're going to get tons of cloth as well, which is also pretty useful. I don't know if I want to do these guys just yet. What is this? Operation. This one, it's orange right now.
Hi. Be good.
Talk to me. What can I do for you?
Yeah, those guys are gonna be too high level for me. They're like level 10, I think. I think they're like level 10 level. I think they're level 10 level. I'm only level 7, so it's not gonna be optimal. I'll take a quick peek, but I'm pretty sure they're level 10. Yep, level 10.
You can kiss your ass goodbye.
I don't want to kiss my ass goodbye. Mounted vestments. Nice. almost looks like I could cut through here. Let's try it. Oh, level 8. There might be a paladin trainer over by Karnos, I'm not sure. Free leather, baby. Free leather. Hmm.
What can I do for you?
Why can't I train? Because I have scanning, yes, right. And mining. Okay, cool. Armor, claw.
What can I get for you today? I've the finest wares in the land.
Trying to remember if there's a paladin trainer in here. Ah, yes, there he is.
Well met.
Purified! Hammer of justice. See.
Keep your feet on the ground.
Very nice. Crusader. You love the Crusader? Hammer of justice. Purified. Alright.
Great to meet you. How are ya? Safe travels. Well met. Safe travels. What can I do for ya?
Forgetting the other part of this quest, aren't I? A Rhapsody Mall.
What's on your mind? No! Keep your feet on the ground!
Oh, 37 Biff. I'm invincible. The Paladin. No rest until I can take dead mines. Yeah, no, I agree with that. I agree with that. I need to level quickly. Oh, actually, let's go. We'll try the level 10. I'm a pretty powerful. Hey, what's up, Cody? How's it going, man? I'm a pretty powerful paladin, so I think I can kill mobs 2 levels above me without any issue. Oh, really? Well, I like the priest too. No, I have fun with the priest, but the paladin is like, you know, whenever I play the paladin, it's like going home for me, man. You know, if you like go to my YouTube channel, just go to my YouTube channel and do a search for Protection Paladin. And yeah, you might be a little inundated with. Here's a video from Lights Hope from 4 years ago that has 27,000 views.
Alright, so here we are again. Leveling on Cute Faith, my very silly named Paladin, Protection Paladin. And we're going to try to do some AoE leveling. Try. It's a lot of war around here, though. Iron. I don't really need iron, though. Don't want to join this guy. Yeah, while he lasts with me using Crusader on him. Oh, we've got
Yeah, this video is pretty interesting because I got 74 likes, but I also got 46 dislikes, which is funny. Why a lot of people would dislike this video, but you gotta love it. But yeah, this is from 4 years ago. Yeah, like I said, if you go to my channel and just search for Protection Paladin for vanilla, and this is all vanilla stuff. Like, all these videos are vanilla World of Warcraft Protection Paladin. So I have played a little bit of Protection Paladin on vanilla, just a little. Pasco Lunar FSBR. What an interesting name. Hello. Hey, what's up, Joel? How's it going, man? Happy. What is today? Sunday? Is it Sunday? Yes. Oh my God, it's Sunday already. And this weekend's going too fast. Tomorrow I gotta go shopping with the wife. Promised her I would. She kind of got mad at me. She's like, "You said you." But we spent all day with her mom. We were at her mom's house. Basically today, it was funny. Her mom called today, kind of like Thanksgiving. We went to her mom's house. Her mom and her dad, and we all went out and had pizza. That was like kind of like our Thanksgiving. It was kind of fun. What's not for you, Cody? Paladin? Oh, it's still Saturday. Well, yeah, it's only 44 minutes. It's 12:44 a.m. here. You can see by the clock on the mini map here. Yeah, well, tomorrow I'm going to take my wife to a couple places that she wants to go shopping. For her kind of belated birthday gifts. I mean, I got her these diamond earrings for her birthday, and so she's very happy about that. But oh, you're in Arizona? Nice. You're like what, 2 hours behind me? So it's probably what, like 10:45 there p.m. I would imagine if I'm doing my time zones right. Yep, that's what I thought. Yeah, we tried to just level here. We'll knock these quests out, and we're gonna be done with these hopefully pretty quickly. Of course, now we gotta kill. I think we have to kill what, the bears and the tigers again, and the leopards, and the leopards. We kill boars over here so much. It's all you ever do on these damn dwarf quests is kill a bunch of boars. On the new expansion? No, Cody. I don't see myself playing Dragonflight too much. If I play Dragonflight, it'll be like... I just really don't see myself playing Dragonflight that much. I don't... Nothing really about Dragonflight really appeals to me that much. And I've completely lost any interest in playing retail versions of WoW because of all the gold selling and gold buying and GDKP bullshit. It just puts a bad taste in my mouth, and the game doesn't feel like the World of Warcraft I like. You know, it doesn't feel like the game I like, so... Yeah, no, I'm playing... And no, WoW, no retail. I don't want to play any retail version of World of Warcraft anymore. I mean, I will. I'm sure I will play a little bit here and there, but every time I do play it, I just get this bad taste in my mouth because of how people play the game. You know, people don't play the game the way I like to play the game, you know. So, sadly, you know... It's mostly the gold selling, the gold buying, the botting, the ridiculous, like, you know, DPS parsing bullshit, the GDKP runs, all that stuff is just, to me, is not what playing an MMO is about. MMO shouldn't be about that. MMO should be about exploration, adventure, you know, having fun, making friends. That's what MMO should be about, you know what I mean? You know? Exoset? What is this Exoset? Crapola. And it's too bad that MSPT has basket of hammers. Adventure. Actually, the comic's not bad. Yeah, let's try that. No, this is EVERLOOK. Hey Cody, this is the EVERLOOK private server. Do I have it open still? One second. It's this vanilla server, the private vanilla server, EVERLOOK. Released on November 11th, so it's been out for 9 days. Currently, there's over 66,000 characters have been created on this server. It's doing really well. Population is doing well. Although I was talking about it earlier, and someone mentioned that a lot of the new people are probably just bots, and that makes sense. I think a lot of characters that have been created on the server are probably bots. Unfortunately, people are like the Chinese. People are kind of joking the Chinese have arrived, you know. But still, the server has a good population. No. I want to get a better looking font for my mixed scrolling battle text, if possible. See if this looks better. It's still Exoset. See that? These are still... Yeah. This one here. Ah, well, we'll leave it alone. It's fine. What UI add-ons do I use? I use Auctioneer for my auction add-on. See, people ask this question so much, I just put it in. I just put in Visual Studio Code. I use Cartographer, Herbalism, Mining. I use debuff timers. I use Enhanced Tooltip, which is one of the other ads requires that. Gatherer, KLH Threat Meter. I use Luna Unit Frames. I use Mixed Scrolling Battle Text for combat battle text. No toggle, which basically just means for your like wand or auto attack, when you start auto attacking or using your wand, it'll continue to do that until you target something else. So that prevents the you from accidentally stopping shooting your wand or stopping auto attack. I use OCB, which is a casting bar. Omni CC, which is just cooldown timers. Postal, which is a mail, allows you to mail lots of blah blah blah. Allows you to send a lot of mail at once to the same person, a lot of items. Ring menu, I'll show you that. It's kind of like a Skyrim circle menu. Stub is just another requirement, but another one of the add-ons. I use Super Macro for macros, more advanced macros. YAHT, yet another hunter timer I use when I'm playing my hunter. And all of these you can download from shagoo.org, and these are some of the most important ones right here. Shagoo DPS, Shagoo Plates, and Shagoo Tweaks, especially Shagoo Tweaks. And then I use PF Quest for questing. So, ring menu is this. This is the ring menu. It's kind of like a Skyrim circle menu. It's just going to open up the menu anywhere where your cursor is, and you can easily, drag stuff here into it, which is nice. And then Luna Unit Frames, like I said, I use Luna, so if you go to Luna, you can see here's Luna Unit Frames. You can go in and you can customize your party, your target, all those different windows. And you can type Luna config. If you want to move stuff around, we can move around the party window. Here's the raids. Here's my target window, my player window, my target window, right? And then I use Shagoo plates for nameplates, enemy nameplates. So if you go up to this boar here, you go up to the boar here, and we can see his nameplate. See this nameplate under the boar? That's Shagoo plates, and that's really configurable too, which is actually really cool. So if we go Shagoo plates, you can see you've got a really nice menu here that's going to allow you to modify a lot of stuff. As far as, even colors are pretty cool. I actually haven't gone into the cooldowns on this. Actually, I'm not even sure what the cooldowns are for. I guess. Yeah, debuff. I display debuff durations, display debuffs on blizzard frames. But anyways, there's a lot of options for Shagoo plates, and it's by far my favorite target nameplate add-on that I like to use. And I also use Power Auras, which is this. I like to use Power Auras just to notify me when certain buffs on my character expire. Like the reason you see these kind of glowing lines around my character, it's just telling me that Seal of Righteousness is not currently up. So it's just a reminder to say, hey, refresh your Seal of Righteousness. You see these kind of pink looking cross swords here. This means my Blessing of Might is currently not up on my character. So it's just another reminder for me to rebuff. No, you like Warmind? Yeah, Warmind's not bad. Not as good as EVERLOOK though. I like Vanilla WoW. Vanilla WoW is my favorite version of WoW. So Vanilla is definitely my favorite version of WoW. I used to say that Burning Crusade was, but then when I finally started playing Burning Crusade private servers and classic Burning Crusade, I realized that, you know what, I do like Burning Crusade, but I still find that Wrath is my favorite. Or sorry, Vanilla. My character at. Too much shit on the screen. Oh, here I am. Hey, what's up, Giga 246. Yeah, Vanilla's the way to go. You know what, let's do... I feel like listening to the Oblivion soundtrack. Evercooked. What's the other name? Evercooked, Everlook, Neverlook. That's my favorite one. I actually walked past a character. I think it was a hunter named Neverlook. You gotta love that. Hey, what's up, Salman? Bastaki, what's up? How you doing? Oh yeah, Everlook's got a good population. Right now we have 4,000 people online, and this is not the peak time for the server. So there's 4,000. Oh shit, inventory's full. Wow, it's the first time my inventory's gotten full. It's turf turkey. We don't need that. Yeah, the server has a good population. It's like I said, right now it's about 4,000 people. During peak times, I think we were close to around like 6,000 people earlier today, I think, or was it yesterday? I'm imagining tomorrow it'll probably be over 6,000 people. Yeah, definitely check it out. Just go to everlook.org. The website's in the description of the stream. Yeah, I've got a Shadow Priest I'm leveling. He's level 28. And I was been feeling the pull of the Protection Paladin, so I started my Protection Paladin here. But I'll be jumping back on the Priest after a day or two just to get her up over level 30. And if you go to the website, where is it? You can see here, this is the current. If you go to everlook.org, you can actually click on the stats tab section here, and it'll actually show you how many players have been created. Over 66,000 individual players have been created. And what's really interesting is the breakout, and there's over 20,000 warriors. And then here's the level breakout. So like at level 60, currently there's 18 level 60s. Just like 2 days ago, there was like 5. There's only 18 people on the server right now that are level 60. My priest is level 28, so she's right here. So you can see the majority of the players are not even level 30. Like once you get past level 30, you're only talking about you're in the top maybe 50, 10%, maybe not even that, of players on the server. The majority of the players still are not level 30. So yeah, it's a lot of warriors. What's up, Cerulean? How's it going? Oh, that's a really good point, because when you create a bank ult, by default, when you create a character, I think it's a warrior. When you go to the character creator and start the character creator, it's a warrior, right? And people just like create bank ult. That actually makes perfect sense. Yeah, good call, man. Because actually a lot of my bank ults are warriors because they look cool. Warrior just looks good. Warriors or priests. My bank ults are always warriors or priests. Yeah, that's a good point. But warriors are the best DPS, the best pure DPS on the server for sure. Warriors and rogues, pretty much. This guy's very happy. He's jumping around, running around. He can't stand still. Look at this guy. He's probably like a 15-year-old kid. He's got too much energy. I can't stop jumping around. You see so many people in vanilla on the private server like jumping, but it's just they're so excited to play a good vanilla server. They can't help it, man. They're like, woo, 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 I'm killing this mob, yeah. You see it all the time. It's hilarious, man. Hey, thanks, baby. You have a good one, too. Thanks for stopping by. Here, maybe we can get an invite with, Biff. Shit, inventory's full. Damn it. I need to clear out my inventory, guys. Oh, let's get rid of this potion healing. We don't... No, you just stole... Hey, don't you take my cog! Don't take my gear! I leave party. Don't you take my stuff. Just kidding. I'm fucking with that guy. We don't need this. Yeah, after this quest, we're gonna have to clear out my inventory. You don't take it. Remember yesterday the guy was taking my berries, man. I was like, you don't take berries. You took my berry. I kept seeing that guy too, like later walking around the world, the same guy who took my berry. And every time I saw him, I'd run by him and I go, you took berry. And he'd always like, he always would like laugh. you took berry. Oh. You took my berries. Oh, good times. Yeah, these guys are level 10, but I'm killing these guys with ease. I love how one of my favorite things about paladins is how they can just cleanse everything. It's like poison, disease, no problem, cleansed. I mean, paladins are the ultimate. They are the ultimate class, right? I always say that because a lot of people don't like paladins in vanilla. You know, they always see paladins as kind of, kind of weak. They're not the best DPS, not the best tank. That's why if you look at the title of this stream, it says a Protection Paladin, the underappreciated. Because they totally are, and even when you look at, like, of course, part of this is because only humans, or only Alliance can be paladins. Same thing with shamans. But still, when you look at the class breakouts, I mean, the class that's represented less on the entire server is right there, the paladin, and only 33,212 paladins. So. But again, part of that is because the Horde can't really create a paladin, so. Part of the reason why. You take cog. I kill you. I kill you. Hey, dude, paladins are always underappreciated, vanilla, dude. That's why I have to bring them into the light. We must bring them back into the light. They were in the darkness, not where they should be. Yeah, I know. You want WoW? What's like parrot? You want WoW music? No, I'm not gonna. I'm sorry. I can't do the WoW music parrot because I've heard it too many. I've heard it too much. I've heard the in-game. You talking about the in-game WoW music? Nah, sorry. I've heard it so much. I really don't want to. It's like You're gonna tell me that WoW music's better than Skyrim music? Ugh. WoW music. All right. Grumble. Just for you, Parrot. But I won't do it for very. We'll do it for like 10 minutes or so, and then we're switching back to something else. Inventory full. Makes you well, then why aren't you playing? Dude, why aren't you playing? And don't tell me you don't know how to play, because I think they even have, here, hold on a second. Look, here you go. Welcome to EVERLOOK. Like, there's even a forum post that tells you. Like, you wanted me to create a guide, but there's a forum post right here that tells you. Oh, this tells you how to do it on Mac OS. Wow. Actually, people would ask me how to run WoW on a Mac OS. There you go. There's actually a forum post on it. That's pretty cool. It's right here. Go to the website. Right here. Getting started. You know, frequently asked questions. Download the client. Create an account. There's a link to create an account. Edit the realm list. All the information on how to do it is right here on the website. What, Valen? You don't like... Wish they had sound in background. It's always annoying when I go to my other monitor and all the sound just disappears. Another reason why not to use the in-game music. Because at least if I go to the other monitor using my music, I can still hear it. Still one more. Hey, Serapic. No, you can't really do hardcore on this server. It's PvP. No, so I'm not doing hardcore on this server. I mean, yeah, I'm trying not to die, but I'm not gonna like restart my character if I die because this is a PvP server. There's no way. It's almost impossible to level on this server to 60 without dying because of all the PvP that's gonna go on. You know. Well, Bubble's not always going to be up. And it's not that easy. There you go. The sound of your enemies dying. I like that. That's the thing with the Protection Paladin. We're not good in PvP. Although I tell you, I can actually kill rogues and warriors. Warriors are tough. Rogues are actually a lot easier to kill for me than warriors. But once I get good enough gear, going head to head with warriors and rogues are actually, I can beat those guys. But any kind of caster class, you can forget about it. I mean, it's very difficult as a Protection Paladin to kill casters. You just the magic damage just shreds you. That's why I really want to set up like a resist set just for fun. See how far we can get with a resist set and be interesting to try out. Got the ruined leather scraps. Lots of running. This girl's gonna run a lot of miles before she hits level 60. Yeah, run. We're running. We are doing a lot of running. Can I, let's go ahead and do the quest up here. It's a little bit more challenging, but I think there's quite a few casters up here. The bane of the paladin, the bane of the protection paladin is really casters. Like I said, casters can really hurt. Trolls. Filthy, stinking trolls. Filthy, stinking trolls. We gotta take these guys out, man. Take these guys down to Chinatown. Come on, Headhunter. Come on, you can dance with me. Come on. Some casters up here, guys. Come on. Pulled one caster already. Now we got a curse. Let's go for the caster. Going for the caster. You can see I've already taken tons of damage. Oh! I wish I had concentrate right now. Oh, big damage! No.
You can kiss your ass goodbye.
Well, thanks, Cody. Have a good one, man. Thanks for stopping by as always. Cool. Yeah, you should check it out. Well, there you go. Aggro that caster for me. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Paladin. Mr. Itaya or something. I don't know. Itaya? Oh, he resisted my Hodge. Actually, this quest is a lot easier than I remembered it. Boom, done. Let's run back. Let's turn this one in. We'll bounce back. Really? You have an which program is the Image AI program? Joel. Image AI program. What's the image AI program you're using? Because I need more good Shadow Priest pics. Well, that's image AI generator. Night Cafe. Interesting. How does it work? Text to image. Well, I'll have to look at that later. I'll check it out later for sure. Night Cafe.
How are you? Interest you on a pint? What's your bet? Well met.
Ooh. Violet Rose.
See you soon.
Cool. Give 5 credits a day. Okay. Yeah, I'll check it out for sure. It sounds pretty cool. Ah, crap. I always miss the building here. I always run past this building every single time I do this quest.
Nice to meet you.
I was having a good time, wasn't I? Hey, John. Yeah, well, I love the paladin. So to jump on the paladin at level 1 was kind of a fun experience, you know. Yeah. I didn't have any. I was like, that was me early in the morning with a lot of energy, but no coffee. I mean, I was just like, I don't know. I get like that, man. I get super hyper sometimes, man. You don't take berry. You don't take. The guy kept trying to take my berries, man. I was like, what are you doing? Don't take my berries. Hey, Eric. Yeah, I was leveling a priest. We're just taking a slight break, Eric, from the priest. We'll get back to the priest. I'm actually probably going to rotate leveling between the priest and the paladin. Yep. Oh. Priest is level 28 currently. He's just getting a little bit of rest time built up. Oh yeah, it could. It depends on how good the images are. You love the smelting ores. There's been times when I've smelted so many ore, like and actually this in vanilla, like when you craft stuff, it takes like a long time. You know, especially like on my priest, I would like craft like robes or something. I was just gonna disenchant because she's leveling or enchanting, and I'd like start crafting like 30 robes, and I just walk away, make some food or something, because it'd be like 30 seconds per item or
What's on
something.
your mind?
15 seconds, it'd be a lot. What do we got?
Safe travels.
Alright, so we've completed the quest that I like to do.
Up with you.
So yeah, we're done here. We're done here. We can go ahead and dump. What do we got? Take this to Mountaineer Barley Brew. Where the hell's Mountaineer? Oh, he's way over here.
Need something? Have a good one. Need something? See you later.
Frickin' Murlocs, man. Oh shit. Let's do this.
You can kiss your ass goodbye.
Do I have any healing potions? Oh, I do. I don't think I could use any of them though. Oh yeah, world PvP is huge in vanilla. This server is gonna be got tons of PvP going on. Yeah, PvP is huge. PvP is huge in vanilla. Like world PvP is at its best in vanilla WoW. Crap, there's a ton of murlocs there.
You can kiss your ass goodbye.
Temperature here, what? Temperature here where I am in Florida?
You can kiss your ass goodbye.
It's currently 60 degrees here. Fahrenheit, Florida. Where I am anyway. Yeah, a lot of people. The number of deaths in WoW is the most deaths by mobs in WoW is Murlocs and the pillagers from you know, Murlocs and pillagers for the Alliance are the most deaths for players. Oh, level 10! Oh, I told you paladins are unstoppable. Can't stop the paladin. Thanks, Seraphic. Da-ding! Bada bing, bada boom. Alright, let's go turn this quest in. Finish this quest chain because it's got decent experience at the end of it. And then we'll go hit Eastvale Logging Camp. Yeah, it's always funny, like, you spend, like, all that time leveling my priest to 28, and I just fly my paladin to 10. I mean, I leveled to 10 quick. At least it feels quick. Let's see. 3 hours. Level 10, 3 hours and 34 minutes. There's a lot of that, not a lot of that, but quite a bit of that was, a good 20 minutes of that was just travel time, running to, you know, running around in Ironforge and getting to those quests out there. A lot of travel time. Yep, Hunter is definitely easy mode leveling.
Hello. Safe travels. What can I do for you? Need help? Be careful. What can I do for you?
Yeah. I just, you know, See, here's the deal. Here's the deal. World of Warcraft is, the retail version of WoW, in my opinion, is dead. I mean, people can disagree with me all they want. I think that retail WoW is kind of a joke. I don't like it. Like, even like frickin' Dragonflight, I can already tell that I probably won't like it. And I don't think because of gold selling and gold buying and all this stuff, and I don't understand. I mean, Blizzard could stop that, but they don't want to stop it because the gold sellers, the bots and stuff, they all buy accounts, they buy boosts and stuff, especially on the classic server. So it makes Blizzard a ton of money, which is really sad. Like I've never seen gold selling as rampant in any MMO as it is in WoW. Like, it's just crazy. Like when you play like Final Fantasy, I mean, I don't know, maybe I don't see people buying like gold all over the place in Final Fantasy. I don't see people playing, buying tons of gold in Black Desert Online. So obviously Blizzard promotes gold selling and gold buying. They do. They don't. they could definitely do a lot more to stop it. And it's pretty obvious that they just don't care. Invade She-Wells, Time Machine, the Morlocks. Yeah, I don't know. I think you'll find that a lot of the stuff is inspired by other things in the game. No, because it's vanilla. Terrain High and Blood Elves are from Burning Crusade. So yeah, you're not going to have that. I wouldn't be surprised if Blizzard got a cut, but anyway, Blizzard makes money off of all the accounts that they create, and Blizzard's a corrupt company. There's no getting around it, unfortunately. Like I don't know for sure. It just feels like for example, like let's say Riot comes out with their MMO. I just don't feel like Riot's gonna have a bunch of gold sellers and gold farmers. I mean, maybe they will. But I don't know. We'll see. But WoW is the only MMO I've ever played where I actually didn't want to play on their retail versions of their games because of how bad gold selling and gold buying is. It's the only game in fact, it's the only game I've ever played where I didn't want to play the game just simply because of all the gold selling, gold buying that exists. Because it ruins the economy. It totally ruins the economy. I talked about it yesterday, and I'm just beating a dead horse at this point. But there's, it's just not fun playing against other people that are just like. Here I am playing the game the way it was meant to be played, getting gold by just playing the game, and then other people come in and they're just swiping a credit card and buying, 20,000 gold. Here I am with like my 400 gold and they've got 20,000. It just kind of puts a bad taste in my mouth. But what I was gonna say is, if Blizzard wasn't a bunch of dipshits and jackasses and greedy motherfuckers, they could come out with a new version of WoW, like World of Warcraft. They could basically come out with like a remastered version of WoW. Think about it if they put out like a classic vanilla WoW server, but it was remastered. Like it was much better graphics. Like let's say they did an Unreal Engine 5 even. And you guys have all seen the videos, and if you haven't, you should check them out. But let's say you look at like like here's someone who created Goldshire in Unreal Engine 4. And that's not even the best version. I think there was an Unreal Engine 5 of this one. Let's see. Like here's Elwyn Forest in Unreal Engine 4. And this is Unreal Engine 4, not even 5. It'd be way better than 5. That's the same thing. But just creating the game in a newer, coming up with WoW in a better graphical version, you still have the problem of creating character models and stuff that will feel like they fit in that world, And that's the hardest part, is creating characters that can move. Because I think one of the biggest reasons that people love WoW so much is the character control, or what I'm talking about is how this character moves and reacts. It's very smooth. Turning, just moving the screen around is very smooth. Combat, even though it's tab targeting, is incredibly responsive. It's really, really good. So you just like how I can jump up on this fence. The controls. you know, or like once you get good at it, controls are really good and precise. Um, and then so just creating the game and better graphics is not always to make the game better. You know what I mean? You have to be able to create character models, armor, weapons, you know, animations, combat animations, spell animations. Everything has to fit the look and feel of that world that you have. You know, it's just, so it's not just, you know what I mean? There's another one. Who was it? What was this guy's name? Let's see, fantasy. I don't think I'm gonna be able to remember this guy's name. Yeah, fuck, I can't remember his name. But anyways, but I mean, if they did come out with like a classic, you know, like a kind of a remastered version of World of Warcraft in a much better game, in a better game engine with better graphics, and if they could do it in a way that it kind of retained WoW's kind of polish and the smoothness of the character controller, and I think it would be a big hit. I think it'd be a big hit.
Greetings.
Yeah, you definitely don't want WoW to be free to play. That would be
Light bless you.
yeah, you don't want WoW to be free to play. I agree with
Go with honor,
I
friend.
agree with Veldran.
Well met. Light bless you.
I don't like any free to play games. Free to play games are really bad. You get some of the worst people in free to play games. Terminology? No, I'm not done with the priest. She's just taking a little break. She's just taking a little break. She's level 28. Just letting her build up a little rest time. I'm always a big fan of the paladin vanilla. I can't help it. Like, it's always the back of my mind that I want to, like, you know, level up the paladin. So. And actually, leveling this paladin to like level 10 has been really easy. So. It's funny, it took me all that time to get the priest to 28. I could probably level this paladin to 20 in just like 2 days, you know, like a day. Like literally almost a day. Like this is like 4 hours of gameplay to level 10. I could probably get to 20 in another like, I don't know, another like 12 hours maybe. Yeah, I've always loved the paladin. I love priests, I love paladins, I love rogues. It's hard because I've played the game for so long and I've played these classes so much in vanilla. I've played a lot of private server vanilla. It's very difficult for me to play one class all the way to 60 just because, you know, I've played them so much. I get bored pretty quick. So I need to kind of jump around a little bit just to keep it fresh. Yeah, Final Fantasy is completely different. Round 22 it got rough. It's slow. Hey Mike, it's very slow. It is very slow, but you want like you can actually AoE at level 20. And you can actually AoE like from 20 to 23 if you wanted, just doing AoE farming of the gnolls in Westfall. And I'll try to show you guys how to do that. But really, at 22, you should be doing. You should just run dead mines because if you're doing protection, just run dead mines. Like, just tank dead mines a lot. You can level fairly quickly. Then get to stockades and just run stockades a lot. I would recommend just running dungeons if you can get some good groups. But the problem with running dungeons is you never know when you're going to get bad groups, and quite often it's pretty common to get some pretty awful groups. But being a protection paladin makes running those dungeons so much easier because of consecration. So even if your group's bad, you as a tank, if you're really good at tanking, you're going to make the instance so much easier for everybody. You can dungeon grind a little bit, but It's it's the leveling a paladin, a protection paladin to 60 is a lot like leveling a priest to 60, at least through the first 40 levels. They're neither of them are fast levelers, but they're both consistent. You know, you're leveling fairly consistently. You know, and the good thing about the protection paladin is once you get around, I'd say once you get the protection paladin about around 35, you get pretty damn tanky at 35. And so doing quests where you have to kill mobs becomes pretty easy, unless the mobs are like all casters, because you know casters are just a nightmare for protection paladins. Yeah. Well, like in vanilla WoW, if you have DPS that's trying to tank and stuff in vanilla, and you're running out of mana, all you do is you let the DPS die. Veldrain. If you're having DPS that wants to tank, and you're the healer in a dungeon, and they're causing you to you just trust me, you just let them die, and you let the tank do its job. DPS will learn real quick if you stop healing them. That's what I do. If I get a rogue trying to tank, and he's causing me to run out of mana because he's taking way too much damage, I'll just let him die. Because like we don't need the rogue to clear the groups, you know what I mean? He just makes clearing the groups faster. Yeah, you just let him die. And just tell him, sorry, I'm not, you know, you're not the tank, you know?
You can kiss your ass goodbye.
I can't right now. I gotta focus on just leveling. I get too easily distracted jumping around looking at stuff on the web, and I'll never get anywhere. Mage is hitting so hard. No, you can't link the image here. You'd have to go to the Discord server. You can't link in the stream, the YouTube stream. I'm not gonna be able to link. You can go to here's a link to the Discord. You can go to the Discord and link images in the general chat if you want. Ah, the Murloc fins. You don't have to have Discord. It's a browser interface. If you click the link, it'll open up in a browser, so... Yeah, I guess you would have to have an account, though. Yeah, definitely. Crowd control is a good thing, right? We're gonna have to get our weapon swap macros going. We're gonna have to get our weapon swap macros going, and we'll start using. We got to get a two-hand weapon as well. Because in fights like these, at least weapon swapping to the two-hand weapon for the judgment is going to eke us out quite a bit more DPS during the fight. No, it will not. No, Dragonflight will not save WoW. I don't think so. I went into the Dragonflight and was created a drag theory. First off, the character creator sucks. So all the armor and shit they put on the dragon is just stupid, and the visage form looks lame. I don't know how else to describe it, other than it's just lame. Yeah, I don't think Dragonflight will save WoW. You can't save WoW unless they stop gold selling gold buying on WoW, which I don't think they ever will. If you don't stop that, I think that's you have to start there. I mean, you have to start there. You have to start with the GDKP, the boosting, the gold selling, the gold buying. To me, if you don't stop those things, you'll never save WoW. It's just going to continually die. And the thing is, Blizzard doesn't want to sell that stuff because they're making money off of it. They don't want to stop it. Wanted to look at, what was it I wanted to look at? I just got distracted. That mage keeps helping me. Oh, I want to look at macros. That's what it was. No, New World's not competing with WoW. New World doesn't have it. I mean, New World's got what, like 100,000 people playing. I played New World after they did the recent like fresh servers, and it was fun, but it's just not. There's not enough of an MMO there. You know what I mean? There's too much. There's so many things that New World just doesn't have, you know, system-wise, that makes it it'll never overtake a game like WoW, at least not in the short term. Yeah. It's a really stripped-down version of a WoW. Oh, sorry, of a MMO. New World is. Let me check. Second. Ah, damn it. The fuck? Trying to grab the window and it won't move. Damn you. Mm-hmm. Hmm. That's weird. Oh, no it isn't. I'm blind apparently. I'm not gonna macro that, no. You know what I forgot to do is we forgot to hit the trainer at level 10 too. Well, I didn't forget. I just don't think we're anywhere close to her to getting to a trainer, so we're gonna have to hit a trainer soon. Let's just finish these quests and then we'll do that. Actually, you know what? We have, we're human, so we're gonna have the flight path. We don't have a flight path here. Let's do this. We'll stick it out. Like, these quests are going too slowly. Fortunately. I should have been probably level 12 before I started doing these quests. That's alright. Yeah, well, I think it's pretty. I think Veldrain is pretty proven that, yeah, like, gear progression is what people really like, and I agree. I mean, I think gear progression is great, but I think there's other ways you can progress your character. There's lots of other ways you can progress your character, but I do feel that if you want to have a successful MMO, you want an immersive world. It has to be an immersive world. It has to feel alive. You want dynamic quests, meaning you don't always want to have to go up and talk to an NPC to get a quest. You want stuff like Guild Wars 2, where you're just walking along and, events are happening around you that if you choose to participate in those events, that it will automatically kind of like put you into that quest or that objective automatically. So I'm a big fan of dynamic questing. And you want things that cause you to have to. You want things that cause you to have to interact with other players. And people may not like that, and they may disagree with that. But one of the reasons that WoW Vanilla is so popular is because it is much more of a social MMO. People are always trying to get into groups to do Dead Mines. People are always trying to get into groups into Lakeshire to do the elite quests, for example. And people are always trying to get into groups to defend against world PvP. You might be in Duskwood, and there's a bunch of horde killing at Duskwood, and it forces the alliance to start talking and communicating and saying, hey, let's get together so we can kill these horde. You know what I mean? So those are all good things. Well, I don't think soloable is a good thing, though. See, soloable is not a good thing, Veldrain. Like, soloable is a bad thing. Like, if you want to play a soloable game, go play, like, freaking The Witcher or something. You know, MMOs should not be soloable. I mean, you can be soloable to a point. Like, you can see I'm soloing, right? I'm solo leveling. But you shouldn't be able to just... You shouldn't be able to get the best gear and the stuff, you know, solo. That doesn't... It kind of defeats the whole point of an MMO, in my opinion. It's a massively multiplayer online role-playing game. You know.
You can kiss your ass goodbye.
Yeah, if an MMO comes out and it prides itself on being soloable, I won't even play it. I'd be like, why the fuck would I want to play that? Like, Ashes of Creation is a PvP game at its heart, right? You know, it's a node point control system. So the maps are going to be, the progression of the maps are going to be based on who controls what and to what degree and how many resources they're putting into their node. You know, and that's going to spawn a bunch of guilds that are PvP-based guilds. You know what I mean? The guilds are going to be... There's going to be a lot of guilds that are PvP. You're going to have a lot of guilds that are dominating certain areas. They're going to gank anybody who comes into their areas because they want to press upon that area of their control. And that's going to rub people on. There's going to be a lot of toxic environment. It's going to be a very toxic environment, I think, for Ashes. Because anytime you have a PvP game that's based mostly on PvP, eventually it devolves into a kind of a toxic thing. You just look at like an Overwatch. Like, rated Overwatch matches are incredibly toxic. League of Legends matches, rated matches, are incredibly toxic. Terra, when you went to the high-end PvP, Terra became incredibly toxic. You know, that's just the way it is, because today's kiddies are fucking juvenile fucking morons. You know, there's no two ways around it. Like, when I was a kid and we played games, we weren't dicks, we weren't assholes. We were actually nice to other people, and the world's a different place than it was back then, and it's not a better place in my opinion. And unfortunately, it's never going to be what it used to be, I don't think. Not unless you go to like a Star Trek type environment where money is no longer the thing, you know, where it's like, you know, it's not, the world doesn't revolve around possessions and money. When you look at like streamers like Jake Paul and these douchebags out there, all they care about is bling bling and the fucking diamond ring and popularity and what I have and my Ferrari and all that bullshit, which means nothing in the end. In the end, everybody dies in their bed fucking alone most of the time. So all that shit's meaningless, you know. It's just pretty fucking sad, man. What's up, Maloko? How you doing? Yeah, I'm not saying they won't have soloable content on Veldrain. Like, this is soloable. Like, I'm doing solo. I just said I'm doing solo questing, right? So this is soloable content, yes. But the game shouldn't be soloable. You shouldn't be able to get the best gear by soloing. You shouldn't be able to complete dungeons by soloing, right? I mean, there's going to be exceptions, which is always cool. It's always cool when people find ways, like when the guy soloed Onyxia, you know, I mean, that's cool, right? I think he did it in Vanilla or maybe Burning Crusade. I mean, that's cool stuff for sure, but it shouldn't be based around the fact that, hey, I could just solo all the dungeon content by myself. That makes no sense. Yeah, no, I was just kind of joking, Loka. Not everybody dies alone, but the point is, when you die, your possessions don't really matter that much. I mean, people would say, well, you leave it to your fucking kin or some shit. That's not what I mean. I mean, that Ferrari you bought, you know, it's not like when you're dead, you know, when you're 80 years old, you're not going to be riding around in your Ferrari probably, you know. Like, your fucking TikTok fucking YouTube streamer account isn't going to matter a whole lot to you, believe me, when you hit 80.
Good day to you.
You know, looks fade. Like, you may look good now, but when you're 80, you're not going to look that good. So, other things are more important than money. What else do we got left? Torn Murloc fins. Yeah, materialism. The whole world runs on basically materialism and money, and like Sinead O'Connor. Remember Sinead O'Connor when she ripped up the picture of the Pope and people made fun of her? Remember when Sinead O'Connor ripped up the picture of the Pope and saying that, hey, the Pope and the Catholic Church is basically doing a lot of shady things, and people made fun of her. Well, of course, she was 100% right. You know, like, whatever. I don't want to get on those topics. Let's stick to MMOs. But yeah, Ashes of Creation, I don't. The problem I see with Ashes of Creation, and I see a lot of problems with Ashes of Creation, but I see a lot of good things in Ashes of Creation too. I see some really good things in Ashes of Creation, some stuff I really like. You know, the weather system, the seasonal system, the stuff like animal husbandry. But the problem I have with Ashes of Creation is I'm a little concerned that it's going to turn into kind of like a. I feel like it's going to turn into like a later version of Terra or Guild Wars 2 game where all people care about is like money and, hey Nathan, thanks for the sub, Nathan, I appreciate it. And where people are going to be more concerned about like cosmetic shit and how many mounts you have. That, you know what I mean? Like stuff that really doesn't matter as far as your performance in the game or your, you know what I mean? Like I feel like it might turn into one of those games where it's all about just like, again, like what like cosmetics you have or mounts, or and not just people playing together and trying to accomplish, you know, the goals that are set forth in the game of you know, controlling maps and maybe progressing, you know, your zone into something that's a cool experience for you and other players. Really what makes them most fun is the experiences you have in them. You know, you talk about all the people that played EverQuest and how people met their significant other, and you know, I met my wife in EverQuest. You know, that's the kind of stuff that I think makes MMOs very, you know, very interesting, very special. Really, not, you know, who cares like how many fucking mounts you have? But I mean, whatever. You know, I mean, to some people, I guess that's important. But I'm just concerned that it's not going to be around like. It's not going to be around accomplishments in the game, like accomplishments in the game so much as just cosmetic stuff, you know? That makes sense. And but we'll see. But I do think, and there is a system, like if you guys ever played Black Desert, right? Black Desert is a really good game. I mean, I don't think a lot of people realize how good of a game it was. It's still a good game. It's not as good as it used to be. Black Desert Day 1 was one of my favorite, you know, MMOs. It was very grindy. It took a long time to level to max level, but the combat system is one of the best combat systems out there. And the horse breeding system in Black Desert was really cool, like how you could breed horses, and it was actually really, really well constructed. And the farm system and the gathering, and you know how you could like hire workers to go mine ore for you, or workers to go chop down trees for you. How you could build your own ships. I mean, it was all really, really cool, you know? I never played EverQuest much. EverQuest was just, you know, I came into EverQuest, or I came into MMOs during Lineage 2. I started playing Lineage 2.
You can kiss your ass goodbye.
But yeah, EverQuest wasn't something I ever really played. And when I finally did try it, it was so many years later that the graphics were just so awful. I couldn't handle it. I was like, oh man, this game, yeah, it looks like shit. I just couldn't do it. I can't play games where the graphics are really bad. I could never play like Minecraft, or, you know, or the people try to get me to play RuneScape, and I'm like, man, even the newer versions of RuneScape, I'm like, the graphics are just so awful. I can't take it, man. I can't take it. WoW is about the limit of awful graphics I could take. Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty sad. Or the other thing too, Veldrain, is that people like were like, oh, or like in retail WoW, how they're like, hey, we're doing a public raid, you know, bring your frickin' parse logs to the Discord so you can So you can literally post your parses so we can see that, you know, how good your damage really is and that kind of shit, you know? Doesn't feel much like a game anymore. It feels like a fucking job interview, you know what I mean? Like I'm playing video games to get away from the real world and to relax, not to feel like I'm being pressured into something, or you know what I mean? Or that I'm gonna be like fucking procrastinated against because my parse log isn't quite as good as this guy's, you know what I mean? Just stupid. Absolutely stupid. I am gonna have to hit the bank pretty soon. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing wrong with collecting mounts or anything like that. I just don't think the basis of the game should be that, you know. Like I have a hard time with Final Fantasy because Final Fantasy is more of a Guild Wars 2 is the same way. Guild Wars 2 is like a lot of it, like the end game in Guild Wars 2 and the end game in Final Fantasy really is cosmetic. You know, to me it feels like the end games are fashion shows. Like Guild Wars, they call it like fashion wars. You know, that's not what I. I mean, I love cosmetic stuff. I love looking good, and I love like transmog shit can be pretty neat, but that's not what I. That's not shouldn't be the goal of the game for me. You know, if a game's all about like. That's why I had a problem with Guild Wars 2 PvP, because the only thing you got out of PvP was cosmetic rewards. There was no actual functional, usable, you know, rewards. Yeah, there was no gear that you were getting that was better than the gear. That you know, there was no like upgraded gear you were getting. So I didn't like that at all. You know, like, oh, you did really good. You get this cosmetic item, and that's what it's all about in Guild Wars. Is mostly just cosmetic. And to me, that's the big. To me, anyway, for me, that's the biggest failing of Guild Wars, is that it's just cosmetic. Oh, really? Was it toxic? Oh, I didn't realize it was that toxic, Veldrain. I never got into the PvP of it enough to see that aspect. I liked. The thing is, I liked New World the way it was. Like I played in the beta of New World, like, excuse me, I played in the beta like, you know, probably 3 years ago, maybe. It was a long time ago. And so the way the way New World was in the beginning, it was a completely open. It was basically a full loot PvP system. I think it was full loot. When you died, you pretty much dropped everything, you know. And the game was revolved around your forts that you would build, and it revolved around you attacking other people's forts and people attacking. It was all PvP. It was just completely 1% PvP. There was hardly any PvE in the game, and it was actually a better game. I actually enjoyed it more than the current version of New World. It was actually really fun. Like, you know how New World now... Shit. Get the wrong weapon equipped again.
You can kiss your ass goodbye.
Like now in New World, like when you make a camp, you know, when you set up your camp, like that's a skill I think you just get based on your, I think it's based on your level. It used to be that you would, I'm trying to remember how it worked. You would just make a camp based on, you would go out and it was based on your progression. So like when you got better at crafting certain things, like camping was a skill that was opened up based on, it's so long ago I can't remember, but camping became available to you based on how far along you progressed one of your professions. And then when you made it, you'd make a camp, and then in your camp you would craft stuff. Like you would craft arrows in your camp. You wouldn't craft it in town. Like now in New World, you go in town, you go to like the I don't know which workman's. I think it's the workshop table or something, and you actually craft arrows there. But it used to be you had to go kill turkeys, get all the feathers, which I think you still do now, and get flint and stuff, and then you had to actually craft a camp out in the world where you'd set up like a campfire, and then you would make your arrows there, And then as you got higher and higher crafting, you could make a better campfire. And with a better campfire, you'd craft better skills. It's the way the game worked then was I think a lot better than the way it is now. So from the crafting point of view, I liked it a lot better. And one of the biggest things in New World, which makes absolutely no sense, is that you can make one axe, and when you repair it, it goes back to full durability. So, hold on a second. I'm gonna turn the sound music down a little bit. So, like, if you make one set of like the best axe pick, the best pickaxe and the best hatchet and all that kind of stuff, you don't have to craft it again. You can use that forever, because anytime durability gets lowered, you just repair it back to 100% durability. So that's 100% wrong. That's not how you do a crafting like system in a survival type. It's not really a survival game, but what you should do is your pickaxe should have like 100 durability, and when you use it, the durability should go down. But when you repair it, it should always lose like 5% of its durability. So if it's 100 durability and it goes down to 50, and you repair it, it should go up to like maybe 95, right? Like 95 durability. And the next time you have to repair it, it only repairs back up to 90. And it should keep going down until it breaks and it's useless. That requires you to have to go and craft more, gathering tools. And that keeps the market for actually making the gathering tools to sell to players. That way, you still have that supply and demand. You still have that demand for those gathering tools. The way New World does it is 100% wrong, and I don't know why they do it that way. New World's economy is totally fucked up, because once you get everything you need, there's never a need to go to the auction house to get anything, because you've already got it all. Like, once you get the best gear and once you craft the best gathering tools, it's like, what's the point? It's like money is almost not even needed, because it's like, what do you need money for? It's not like you're gonna buy anything. It's really their economy and their crafting system and everything is totally janky, and it's just totally a steaming fucking mess. It's a steaming pile of dog shit, basically. Yeah, it's really amazing like how they came up with some of the ideas for that game. But the original version of the game 3 years ago, I thought was way better. It actually worked a lot better than what it is now. Yeah, I've been wanting to play Palia. Yeah, I've been wanting to check out Palia. They haven't got me into the betas though. Even though I'm applied for the beta, they still haven't got me in, which I'm kind of salty about that actually. Kind of salty about that. Not gonna lie. I hate that sound. Like when I try to cast Judgment and it's not ready. It makes that doo doo doo. I absolutely hate that sound. I wish there was a way to stop it from doing that. Yeah, this was not a good idea to attack here.
You can kiss your ass goodbye.
Do I have a potion? Yeah.
You can kiss your ass goodbye.
I never heard of Star Ocean Divine Force. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see how Ashes turns out. I think Ashes could be a fun game. And there's certain things in Ashes that look really fun. Like the ocean combat looks fantastic. The way their combat system works is it's tab targeting, but it has the ability to kind of like turn it into an action mode. So basically, if you think of like WoW as a tab targeting system, right? But Guild Wars 2 does this. Where like we have the free mouse cursor here, and when I want to rotate the screen, I got to right click and rotate. Guild Wars 2 has the same thing, but it has the option to set up a keybind that when I hit that keybind, the mouse cursor disappears, and basically the game just rotates when I move the mouse. Yeah, I no longer need to right click on the screen. And Ashes is going to do the same thing. They're going to have the same type of system as Guild Wars 2, which I think is fantastic. So I think the combat in Ashes could be fun. They still have to fix a lot of the issues in the comics. There's a lot of issues with it right now. But once they fix those, I think the combat nashes could be pretty cool. And then I think the trading and the caravans, which could spawn a lot of dynamic combat in the world, looks like a lot of fun. And I think I think the oceans and the sailing and all that stuff, and the PvP that revolves around sea combat looks like a lot of fun as well. A lot of ore around here. Inventory is full. Division. Yeah, my friend likes Division, my coworker. I don't like Elder Scrolls Online. I like the world and I like some of the quests, but the combat's really awful in ESO. Yeah, I mean, the graphics are weird too because they look really good in some areas and not so good in others. But overall, ESO, like, the stories are pretty cool. Another one of those MMOs that I've tried to get into about 4 or 5 different times and I never really could get into it. Kind of screwed that up. I need to sell a lot more stuff than that. level 11. We'll be 60 in no time. Yeah, the combat's very clunky in ESO. Yeah, it's not impactful, yeah. The animations aren't very good. And also the servers, from what I've heard, have a lot of lag. Okay, Joel. Thanks. Hey, thanks, man. Thanks for stopping by, dude. Enjoy your read. Hopefully, you're reading something fantasy. Read some Robert Jordan, some Wheel of Time, maybe The Sword and the Chain. Read some Stephen R. Donaldson. Barry Brooks is always a good read. Brandon Sanderson's got a couple decent books. I kind of screwed up my talent. So, this is always a fun thing to do. And that's the talent calculator, because where was this image taken, I wonder? This is one of the builds. Yeah, this is one of the builds I've gone with, and it's a pretty interesting. In this build, yeah, this is not a good build. This is a Seal of Crusader build, which is not good. This is a shitty build. That must be a really old image. Let's take a look. So, there's a couple different ways you can level the Paladin. Awakening Warhammer 40k, that sounds good. That sounds like a good novel. One of the ways is, intellect and mana is always an issue with Paladins. I would recommend going with Divine Intellect. But the other thing you could do is you could actually go with a Seal of Command build, which is going to be a faster leveling build. And in that way you're going to basically go Benediction here. You're going to go Improve Judgment. Seal of Crusader. Yeah, this one you don't want. And then you're going to go basically Seal of Command. The problem with Seal of Command on a vanilla server is Seal of the Righteousness you can basically do seal twisting on vanilla typically, which means you can basically on a vanilla server, one thing you can do is you can use a sword and a shield, And when you hit your target, like right when you're wet, you can put a swing timer. You can actually use a swing timer. And right when you're about to land your white damage swing, you can actually weapon swap to a two-hand weapon. And what'll happen is you'll hit with the one-hand weapon. You'll do damage with your one-hand weapon, but the righteous tick damage, if you got Seal of Righteousness up, which is additional holy damage that hits the target after you've already hit them with your sword, the righteous tick damage will be calculated based off of the two-hand weapon that you just swapped to. So that's one thing you can do. Also, the Seal of Righteousness gives you that extra... It gives you extra holy damage every time you hit the target. So if you're using a weapon that has procs on it, like something like the Flurry Axe, or any weapon that has a chance to proc something, typically on a vanilla private server, the chance to proc will be applied to your weapon's white damage hit as well as the righteous holy damage that ticks after the fact. So you're going to get two chances to proc your internal proc of your weapon. So that's why Seal of Righteousness, in a lot of ways, is better than doing Seal of Command if you have some really good weapons that have some really good weapon procs. You know, something like a Thrash Blade, something like, you know, Flurry Axe. That's why I like Seal of Righteousness more than Seal of Command for a Protection Paladin. But for leveling, Seal of Command is going to be faster. So it's really... And on, for example, on Classic WoW, like when you were playing Classic WoW, a lot of this stuff didn't work this way. Like in Classic WoW, the Seal of Righteousness you didn't get a chance to check for that damage. You didn't get two chances to proc your procs in Classic WoW, so it didn't really work that way. So in Classic WoW, Seal of Command was definitely better for leveling, but I think we're gonna go with the Seal of Righteousness build, especially since I already fucked up and put two talent points into Divine Intellect. But one of the ways you could... So there's basically two ways I look at leveling a Protection Paladin. One is going with Seal of Command. So we're going to do this. We're going to get Seal of Command. Then we're immediately going to go over here, and we're going to go towards, like, Consecration. So I'm going to grab this. And since I'm using Seal of Command, I don't need Improved Seal of Righteousness, so I'm just going to go 5 Strength, 5 Intellect, and I'm going to grab Consecration. Then I'm going to go into here, and we're going to grab Redoubt. We're going to grab Precision. We're going to grab Toughness. And we're gonna rush shield specialization as fast as we can get it. I like Blessing of Kings, so we'll grab that. Anticipation is total garbage, so we don't need that. If we're gonna be tanking, we're gonna want Improved Righteous Fury. Hey, Dividus, pick a love. Thank you for the sub, man. I appreciate it. The crafting gear and dragonfly, I'm going to take a wild guess that's going to release is horribly clunky. Yeah, I don't know. That's a good question. I'm not sure about the crafting gear and dragonfly yet. So we're going to rush the shield. Of course, precision, you want to rush as fast as you can. So this is, but we want Seal of Command. If we're going to Seal of Command build, we would get the Seal of Command first, because it's just going to increase our damage output. Then I like to rush. If we want Consecrate, we can go this way. Actually, if you're going for leveling speed, you probably wouldn't do this. So let's get rid of this. If you're going for leveling speed, I wouldn't do that. I would actually go down, grab Blessing of Kings, grab Shield Specialization. Don't grab Anticipation, because like I said, it's total garbage. At this point, I would just go ahead and hit Toughness for another one. I would go with Improved Hammer of Justice. I would finish out Toughness, get Improved Hammer of Justice, grab Blessing of Sanctuary, grab all of Reckoning, of course. Grab all of one-hand weapon specialization, grab Holy Shield. And now you're at level 52, so now you want to look at where do I want to put my final talent points. And here's where you can, I mean, if you want, you can go more for Intellect. If you want, you could go more for deflection if you want more defense, but what I would do is I would go conviction probably. Get the crit rate. That's going to really help out. And actually, you can front load that if you want. You can rush, but the problem is with the Protection Paladin is you're going to miss a ton. You are going to miss a lot. So getting to precision as fast as you can is the best way to go. So you're probably going to end up getting conviction later. Let's reset this again. But you could get conviction after you get shield specialization if you wanted to get the crit earlier. So I would go with something like this. I would go ahead and get Seal of Command. Then we want to go here. We got to get Redoubt. We want to grab Precision. Then you could jump back if you wanted to. I wouldn't. Actually, yeah, I probably would. Then you could jump back. Go ahead and grab Conviction. Get your 5% crit. Now you're level 33. Now you can go back into the Protection tree. You can go ahead and get your Shield Specialization. Now keep in mind, you're going to be weapon swapping between a one-hand and a shield and a two-hand. So you're going to be swapping back and forth just for whatever situations. I mean, this is a protection build. I like this because it gives you lots of survivability. So in certain situations where you want to, you can still AoE tank with it, right? It's still a single target DPS build, but you still can do some. You still can like take multiple mobs just because you're going to have a lot of damage mitigation. But this is more for leveling speed, and it's a weird build. It's basically like a seal command protection build. But the reason you have to go into protection is you're really just trying to get reckoning. Reckoning is really really important. Yeah, this is a private server, Pika This is a private server. Yeah, if you go to this is EVERLOOK. So if you go here, this is the server here, everlook.org. You can go here and just go ahead and create an account. You can see currently right now there's about 37,000 characters have been created, and the population is really good. So it's a good server. It's pretty much the best private vanilla server right now. Well, it is. It really is the best private vanilla server right now. But so this is one way to go with rushing the seal command, and then conviction, and then now if we go back to protection tree, go ahead and get const, finish out your toughness. Get all of this. Okay, now you're level 57, so we have 3 talent points left. Now this is kind of this is like a seal command leveling build that's pretty fast, but it gives you a lot of stuff, a lot of mitigation with your shield. So it's something you could use this build to tank if you wanted. Like if you wanted to tank, you could throw your last 3 talent points into Righteous Fury, and you could tank with this build. Or you can just use this to get to 60, and then you can respec if you want to go full ret or if you want to go full prot. But this is one way to level that's a fairly quick way to level. And the reason it's quick is because Seal of Hand does good damage, and with all of these mitigation abilities, you're not going to take a lot of damage. So it's going to be a pretty good, resilient leveling build. Or you can go with what I like to call the full AoE Protection Paladin build, which is the build that I like to use a lot. You can see it now. Someone gathering in their gear specialized for it gets ganked by the opposing side. There will be grief for rogues everywhere, just waiting for people to change it. Oh, are they doing that? Hey, yeah. So, like, yeah, it's like Final Fantasy things. Final Fantasy has gear that you put on for like gathering and crafting. Like some gears for crafting. I don't know if they have I think they do. I think they have gathering gear too. But anyway, so if you go with the full protection AoE leveling build, what you're going to do is you're basically going to be rushing consecrate right off the bat. So you're going to go intellect, and then you're probably going to be using Seal of Righteousness. At least that's the way I like to go. So we're going to go improve Seal of Righteousness. We're going to grab consecration. And then we're going to go and probably grab Benediction. Actually, Benediction is good because it's going to reduce the mana cost of your judgment and seals. So this is just good to get early on because it's going to save you so much mana. So I would, or if you want, you could basically do something like this. You could rotate. You could say, do like Redoubt, Benediction, Redoubt, Benediction. If you want to just try to get some of the benefits of these other abilities, you could do something like this. But I wouldn't. I would just go and grab Benediction. I would grab Improved Judgment here, right? And then I would get these next, and then I would go into the Protection Tree. And although the other thing you are going to miss out though on, Precision. So I take that back. What I would do is I would go here first, then Precision, then get Benediction, then get Judgment, then come back into this tree, get this, and now you're looking at, that's kind of where your build's going to be at level 41. Now, so this means, like, now this is if you're not tanking a lot. Like, if you're going to do, you're not doing a lot of dungeons. If you want to do a lot of dungeons, you wouldn't do that. If you want to do a lot of dungeons, you're probably going to have to go here, get your precision, and if you want to, like, tank as fast as possible, you're not even going to go into the Retribution tree. You're going to stay right into the Protection tree. Because you want to get shield specialization online as fast as possible because it's going to mitigate way more damage. So at level 33, this build is going to be pretty good. You're going to be able to tank pretty nicely at level 33. Even, well, let's not lie. Even at like level 20, like let's see, like here you're 25. Like at level 20, you could tank. Okay, what I would say is if you really want to tank at level 20, I would. And we don't have the fishing school. The fishing pools are not up yet, and the fishing chests I don't believe are up yet. That's going to come in the next patch, which is unfortunate. Because if you really wanted to tank at level 20, if you had already did some of your fishing leveling, you could basically fish pools and get a bunch of Rumsey Rum Black Label and Rumsey Rum, Rumsey Rum Dark, and those things will give you like 5. I think one's 5 stamina, one's 10 stamina. So you could use those, and those stack with your stamina scrolls. And then that would stack with your food. So you basically could have a food buff, a Rumsey Rum Black Label, and a scroll or like a priest buff. And you're just going to have so much health that really it doesn't matter. Like tanking is going to be so easy because you're just going to have so much damn health. You're not going to have a lot of damage mitigation, but your health pool is going to be so high. So, but since fishing really isn't online yet, and apparently it's not going to be online until the next expansion on EverLook on the server, the next patch, I mean, that's not really an option. But I would go if you wanted to tank, I would go here. You know, go ahead and just get your shield specialization online as fast as possible. Grab Blessing of Kings, finish out toughness. So at level 37, you're gonna have a pretty good tanking build here. That's if you want to do a lot of dungeons, man. I am not going to be that hardcore focused on dungeons, but I always end up not grabbing. And of course, you're going to want improved Righteous Fury. I always forget. I always think, oh, I'm not going to be doing a lot of dungeons, and I'm thinking more about AOE leveling, so I don't usually grab improved Righteous Fury right away. And then of course, I always regret it because people always invite me. They see me with the shield and like, hey, you want to tank this? You want to take that? But probably how I'm going to do this character is I'm probably going to do this. I'm probably going to go ahead and rush Consecration. Then I'm going to rush Precision for the hit rating because you really need the hit. Missing here is really painful on vanilla. So we're going to go ahead and grab Precision. And then at that point, I'm going to rush my Judgment because being able to judge more because as a Paladin, you don't have a lot of abilities. So, you know, you're basically auto-attacking a ton. So that's another reason why I like Consecration so much is because it's just another way to do damage. And Paladins, Protection Paladins, don't have a lot of way to do damage. So getting Consecration will become your #1 damage dealer, really. Because I'll be AoE. I'll be killing more than one mob at a time. So, Consecration, we're going to rush Judgment. And if you want to get, you could use some more mitigation by throwing in some parry if you want. I usually save parry till the end of the build, but, you know, if we're going to do, actually, maybe I'll front load parry a little bit earlier. I don't know. It could be almost worth putting a couple points into parry. But I'm probably not going to do that. Probably going to rush toughness. We could get to here. I think, no, because what's really important is Blessing of Sanctuary. Blessing of Sanctuary is pretty huge. Although if you're AoE pulling in vanilla, you're going to be using Blessing of Wisdom a lot because you're just going to run out of mana. Which is another reason why you go Divine Intellect. Don't go Strength. Strength is a waste of time. Go Divine Intellect, and the gear you're going to want is you're going to want Gorilla Gear as much as you can get. You know, you're going to want like Stamina Int gear. Strength is good too. I mean, get a mixture of. I would go with Stamina Int gear and then try to get as many Strength enchantments that add Strength to your gear. You know, maybe a few enchantments for like actual health for health pool. But health pool is not quite as important when you get once you get to like level 30. You've got Seal of Light. You're going to be generating so much health from Seal of Light that your health pool it is important, but it's I don't know. It's kind of a toss up. But you're going to want a lot of intellect. The more intellect you have as a Protection Paladin, the better off you are because intellect enables you just to use your abilities. You know, like the more intellect you have, the more consecrations you can drop. The more consecrations you can drop, the more damage you can do. And if you're doing AoE farming, you want to put out as much damage as you can. Because, you know, the more damage is always the best defense in MMOs. The best defense is a great offense. That is 100% true in MMOs. So yeah, at this point, I don't know if I would go Deflection. Probably not because we want to get to Blessing and you want to get to Wreck. So here, you can get Guardian's Favor if you want. I mean, Guardian's Favor is kind of nice if you're doing a lot of dungeon runs because you're going to bop the healer a lot. So that's actually pretty cool. Bop other players in your party, but if you're not doing a lot of dungeon runs, it's not quite as necessary. I would just go with Improved Hammer. Go ahead and grab Blessing. Grab Wreck. One-hand specialization. And this is level... Let's see, can we get rid of that one? No, we can't. This is like level 59. I'm surprised. I thought we ended up with 2 points in deflection, but we didn't for some reason. I think... Yeah, that's kind of surprising. I think a lot of times people will drop 1 point in Reckoning because they figure 80% is good enough, you know, to actually proc the Reckoning. You know, 80% chance to proc Reckoning. I still like to get all of it. Some people might drop 1 point out of there and put 2 into deflection. If you're going for more defense, if you're doing, because this is an AoE build. This is like an AoE grinding build or an AoE farm build. So if you really want to get more mitigation, you could go deflection. I don't know. I'm not sure if I personally prefer. I like the Reckoning, so because it's just more damage. But this is the build that I usually shoot for when I'm leveling. It's not the fastest leveling build by any stretch of the imagination, and it really revolves a lot around buffs. You have to have buffs. You got to get food buffs, you know, potions, scrolls, the Rumsy Rum, like Black Label, all the buffs you can get will really help out. You're going to be using, shield spike on your shield. You're going to want, like on your weapon, it'd be nice to have two weapons, like one weapon that has that has life ward on it, or like life stealing on it, so you can actually even heal even more. I would say life stealing is a great enchantment to put, especially if you have a weapon like the flurry axe. Life steal is gonna actually heal you quite a bit. But but that's the cool thing about the paladin. I think that's what I like about the paladin so much, is that you have there's so many different ways to build a protection paladin. Like I said, we've got the seal of command build, seal of command build with conviction. And this is just going for reckoning. You could even just go down here, and you could even get rid of that if you wanted, and even just go with you could go with like a two build. You could grab improve red aura. Some people would go for leveling speed. They might grab pursuit of justice, and then go like two-hand weapon specialization. And there's so many different options. That's what's so cool about paladins. It's too bad. One thing with the paladin is it's always the one thing with the builds here is it always feels to me like if you just had 5 more talent points. Like I've always said in vanilla, not just for the paladin, for all the classes, I always wished that talent points started at level 5 instead of level 10, because another 5 talent points. Like think about if I had 5 more talent points to work with. And let's say I was going to go protection. Just like my AoE build that I had there, right? So basically you're going to go here, here. Like, right there. Now we'd have like something like this. Actually, let's get rid of the crit rating. Let's say we're going to go with... No, let's not do the tank build. So if you had 5 more talent points, right, you could finish out the one-handed weapon specialization, 5 of 5, that's 3, and then one more holy shield's 4, and then I'd have one more talent point, and I probably would put it in strength. I would probably put it in strength or something, or you could put it in crit. I don't know, but just 5 more talent points would, it would give you the chance to get all the parry, which would make you so much tankier. It would have been nice, wouldn't it? If we could go back and turn the clock back, and they could have... Or even, what if they started the talent points at level 1? You get talent points, or like maybe level 2. Like once you hit level 2, you got a talent point. It would have been nice, that's for sure. I always felt like in vanilla you were a little bit hamstrung by the talent system, just a little bit. Like if they could have just given you a few more points, it would have gave people a lot more options with builds. And I think it would have been a good thing, like a good thing. Yeah, I hate it when MMOs. I hate when you're playing an MMO and you're playing a tank and they try to. I think that yeah they do that in Final Fantasy where they call it wall to wall pulling, where they basically just want you to pull like everything, and I don't really like that. I like to like play the game and have fun, but people want to like min max and they want to rush. And I always call it the what do I call it the rush crowd, you know, like go, or that's why I call it the go groups, where they're just like go. I hate that shit, man. I hate that shit. Yeah, RJ. Yeah, 100%. Like in vanilla, you can stack buffs. Yeah, the pumper mindset. Yeah, I don't like that mindset. I like trying to come up with cool ways to different builds, unique ways to play the game that are that are interesting. Yeah, I don't like the pumper mindset. But yeah, RJ, you're 100% correct. Like the one cool thing in vanilla is you can use every scroll. Like I can pop a scroll of intellect, spirit, strength, dexterity, stamina, and have all those buffs on my character. You can't do that in like I think even in like what Wrath of the Lich King. I don't think you can do that. You can't do that in retail. I don't think. Like you can only have like one scroll effect at once, which I think is kind of dude. I don't like that. I like in vanilla how you can stack like one scroll of each type. But yeah, I mean, I can put a scroll of stamina, I can do a food buff, and I can do a Rumsey Rum Black Label, and also like a potion all at the same time. Yeah, I don't mind going fast, but I don't want to. There's fast, and then there's like ridiculously, insanely fast. Yeah, there's people that are into the. I think that they're just trying to push the envelope, and they think it's cool or fun. But what they don't understand is it's not fun for everybody, really. Not everybody wants to do that. And not everybody's played the game. I think that's one of the worst problems with MMOs is people who come into an MMO from day one and play it nonstop and never leave the MMO. You know, they're really good at it, of course, because they played the game ever since it's been out. But they forget that there's always going to be people coming into the game who've never played it before, and it's not really fair to just assume that they know everything there is to know about the game, and then when they don't, treat them like shit. You know, and that's one of the worst things about MMOs. Or it's the worst thing about any video game, not just MMOs. I mean, Overwatch, you know, has the same problem. You get into a rated match, and if you're not, if you're underperforming, you're going to get some serious shit thrown your way, which isn't really fair. What if you've only played the game for a week? You know, it's like Jesus, man. Give people the chance to actually learn the game. Are you saying Prot Warrior leveling RJ in vanilla, or are you talking about something else? I've leveled Prot Warriors in vanilla to like level 30, and it's actually pretty cool, but then after that it kind of sucks. But stance dancing in vanilla is so much fun. I love don't talk about warriors because you'll make me want to play a warrior. And I'm not gonna go there. I'm not gonna go there. I've got the priest and the paladin. Yeah, Wrath of the Lich King. I haven't done the warrior in Wrath though. I've actually never played a warrior. No, that's not true. I have played a warrior in Wrath, but it was the original Wrath, so that was a long time ago. So I don't remember it. I don't remember shit from 2000. What was it? 2012 probably or 2010. I know. I never used to be such an alcoholic, but I've become one. And it's just because I found the longer you play the game, the more you find the beauty of each class. You know what I mean? Like at first you're like, oh, I really like this class, and then you just play that class, and then you're like, oh, I really like this class. You know. But the more you play, the more you realize how good each class is in its own way. You know. All right, I think I'm done here. Yeah, we're definitely done here. We gotta hit the bank. There's actually a paladin trainer right here, though. Let's hit him really quick.
I supply only the finest goods. Well then.
Okay, lay on hands. Low righteous strength 2. Protection, sure. Devo. Nice. Alright. You grabbed your heirlooms? Yeah, you missed out on some XP there. Alright, what are the things? We learned lay on hands. Yeah, same thing. We're going to need a macro for that. Actually, no. Delete that. I don't. No. Not use a macro. Let's not use a macro for that. Just drag that here. Okay.
Good day to you.
Add you other items. Cool. Cool. Well, guys, I'm probably gonna. See what we got going on here. Quite a bit. That person gave me some healing potions. Nice of them.
Greetings.
Alright, what we got? Okay, let's see how much like the 8-slot bags cost. $15 silver for 8 slaughters. Silk packs. Oh, actually, they're not that expensive. They're not that cheap, but they're not that bad. Yeah, I wasn't gonna get them all. Yeah, I know, RJ. I only bought one 10 slaughter because I know we're gonna get 2. We'll get one from Sita's bag, and we'll get one in Duskwood. So that's 2 that we're gonna get. So yeah, I wasn't too concerned about getting more than just the one. And let's see, we got the 110 slaughter. That here. So right now we've got a 10. We got a 10, an 8, 8, 8. So we still have 3 8s that we can replace with those. 2 of those 10 slaughters, like you said, are going to come from questing.
How are you?
Yeah, hardcore. Oh my god. I'm not, I'm not gonna lie. I think like the bag sizes in retail have gotten to the point of being ridiculous. I mean, you've got like 36 slot bags. It's kind of gotten ridiculous. Alright, guys, that's it. I'm out. I'm out. So, delete this one. So we have a level 11 hunter, which I probably won't be playing anytime soon. This is just mostly a banker. So this is the first character I created. I leveled her to a level 11. Then I decided I wanted to play the priest. Leveled the priest to 28, and now I decided I want to go ahead and give the paladin a little bit of a go. Level the paladin to level 11 pretty quickly, pretty easily. But we'll go back and play the priest. We're gonna probably at this point I'm just gonna kind of go back and forth between the paladin and the priest, and just try to use a little bit of the benefit of the rest time. But I hope you guys are having a good one. I'm gonna go to bed. I honestly don't remember where I got the robe. It is a little bit more of a unique robe. The color is a little, this blue I think is a little bit different. Maybe the belt's ugly, but here, let's see what it's called. I can't remember where I got it. Yeah, Fenkeeper Road. It was kind of a more of a unique item. It was a quest reward from, I think it was a quest reward from the wetlands, RJ. I think it was quest reward in the wetlands. Here, we can Google it real quick, but I'm pretty sure that's what it was. Yeah, see, it was killing the fen creepers. And the rewards are, remember the Phyto Blade, which is the one that you can only use if you have Herbalism 100. And then the Forest Chain, which is a nice little mail. But look at that, look at the spirit on that mail chest piece. And then the Fenkeeper Road, which if you're leveling a priest, obviously because of your talent here, your spirit tap talent, spirit is really the #1 stat you want. You want a ton of spirit. So just looking at my bank here real quick. Paladin, let's see. Refresh the stats. So, yeah. Good times, guys. Good times. Oh yeah, and here's like one of my old. This is one of my old paladin layouts, or at least the abilities I had where I had them. All the keybinds aren't quite right because I remember I actually forgot to check the character-specific keybinds, and I was keybinding a different character, and it fucked up the keybinds on this one. But we have some of them correct. Yeah, you can see, see how these icons are all wrong too, which is just the beauty of super macro. But this is just holy touch and flash heal, shield. You can see here, blessing sanctuary, the same thing. Blessing sanctuary. Don't remember what that one was. Anyways, I'm out of here. Hope you guys have a good one. I'll talk to you. Hopefully I'll be streaming tomorrow, but if I am, it's going to be later. I'm going to go shopping with the wife in the morning. And it's still like she likes to say her birthday weekend, so I'm going to focus on doing stuff for her since it was her birthday on Friday. And I'll catch you guys later, man. Peace out.